start at a museum in Cheshire.
It's fantastic!
But it doesn't take long for the wheels to come off. They head to an antique shop in Edinburgh,
Blimey. Wow.
where Drew's spoiled for choice.
Everything is cool. Everything is really cool.
And at a historical home in Bristol, Drew discovers something that makes him go weak at the knees.
Oh, it's really weird. All my legs went. My legs went then. My legs went.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Oh, wow.
He searches this country
This is starting to be our favourite house.
and abroad
Amazing.
in his hunt for treasure.
What do you want for it? 12?
He bargains hard,
8.5?
and there's nothing he won't buy.
Look at his little chaps. Look.
With help from his wife Rebecca
Lovely. Okay, so that's a sale.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems. It's the start of another week at salvage expert Drew Pritchard's base in North Wales.
Come in.
He sets the team to work, making sure the showroom and the stock is looking at its best.
These are the ones I want to sell. Go over them with a wax. Or just a very light cloth, more to lift the dust off. Then keep that patina that's on there, leave it.
Drew and his right-hand man T head off to scour the country for new stock. This time it's a relatively short journey of an hour to Cheshire. They're going to a cycling museum near Warrington. Drew used to compete in BMX trials in his teens, so this is a real treat.
And I'm interested to see this actually, because I've just recently bought myself another bike again. Have you? You know, I used to do a lot of BMXing. Yes. And then mountain biking. Yeah. Do you know what I am now, though? Old? No, I'm a mammal. What a mammal is? No. Middle-aged man in lycra. I don't want that thought in my head. Get out of my head, get out of my head.
When Drew tells me he's going to a place and it mentions the word motorbike, car, or just bicycle, I know that his heart.
The Cycle Museum has one of the best collections of bikes and paraphernalia in the country. It charts the history of cycling from the late 19th century right up to the modern day. Paul Adams set up his bike museum 21 years ago.
I've been collecting bicycles for about 40 years. We've got certainly in excess of 150. And we've got pedal cars, toys for children, lamps, bells, everything you can imagine associated with bicycles. And I think really it's getting a bit out of hand now. Often people say, what is your favourite bike? And my answer is the next one. I'm good.
Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm T. How are you doing?
Hello.
You good? Oh, well, it's freezing, so I'd love to get inside. I'm
Me
very
too.
excited to be here.
Oh, good man.
I
Come in.
love what you do. Oh, yes. Now you're talking.
Thank you.
Wow. God. Look at that.
That is superb.
Wow. That's amazing. How old's that?
It's 1898.
That's got a Springer front end before motorbikes had it then.
Indeed.
Way before.
Correct.
Is that the rarest bike here?
There's only probably 5 in this country. So it's quite a rare machine.
What would it cost you today to buy one of those?
7,000 would buy it today.
It's a work of art. It's sculptural,
It is.
isn't it?
It's very-
Just hang it on the wall.
Yes.
The thing I like about old items, it's phenomenally well designed. It's quirky, it's different, and it's exciting to see. Ooh, I know what that is. That I love. There you go. That's the beginning of cycling. That's the birth of cycling right
It is.
there. So what age is that?
1869. English.
Wow. So that would have been made by a cartwright.
Yes.
Bicycles, they weren't called bicycles, they were bone shakers, weren't
Bone
they?
shakers.
Bone shakers. I've got to ask, what's that worth? A lot.
A lot.
Everywhere you look here, there are rare bikes. Now, these are bikes where there'll be a handful left in the world. We open one shed door and he's got a real bone shaker. A real one from the 19th century. Incredible thing.
The bone shaker was one of the first types of bicycle which referred to it as a velocipede. It earned its nickname due to the extremely uncomfortable ride because of the wrought iron frame and wooden wheels with iron tyres. Few originals exist today, as most were melted down for the metal during World War I. Today, a bone shaker could sell for around £5,000.
Two things not original. The seat,
Yeah.
because the mice that eat in the seat,
Yeah.
and two spokes in the front wheel, which I broke in a race.
And that's it. You raced it.
I did.
You're my new hero now.
Eh?
Eh?
World Championship bone shaker race.
That's fantastic. Paul's enthusiasm for bikes is infectious. You walk in here, I defy anybody, even if you're not interested in bikes, to...
Although Paul wouldn't want to part with his rare bikes,
Where are we going now?
Bottom end.
there are things here he'd be happy to sell.
Oh, yeah, now you're talking. Great sign.
You like?
Yeah, I like everything here. I like that.
Do you?
Yes. What we spotted? That lamp, look at that.
Ah,
You put that on it.
I did. It's a fire engine search lamp.
Yeah. Great base. It's just I've had that base before.
Ah,
Just a normal industrial machinist's.
yes, yes.
That's fantastic. There's work to do. It's been painted a horrible colour with naphthol paint, which will have to strip that right back to the steel. There's a bend in it that's going to have to be fixed, and also it's going to have to be rewired. So there's not an easy one. It needs work, but it looks great. And
Could have a value of £600.
would that be something you want to sell?
Well, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Go on then, hit us with a price. You're obviously very good at buying and selling stuff. So
I'm not actually.
you must really.
No, I'm awful.
Oh, you just go. I gotta have it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like you.
There is some judgment involved, but it's slim.
Yeah, minimal.
Minimal. No, I love it. Love it. I'd be really, really interested in that. So what would it take to buy it?
400.
Too much. Starting
Start.
point. Starting point. I'm gonna go straight in with my best offer then.
Yes.
£200.
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is in Cheshire at a cycle museum. He's in his element with fellow enthusiast Paul Adams.
You raced it.
I did.
You're my new hero now.
Eh?
Drew's found an interesting lamp,
I like that. That's fantastic.
but Paul's not letting it go without a haggle.
£200.
How's 2.5?
I don't want to argue over £50 really, but
Good.
you said you were no good at this.
I'm not.
It's better than me today. I'm having an off day. I'm having an off week actually, aren't I?
Oh, yeah.
Don't play poker.
No, I'm a rank outsider when you go.
Oh dear. 225. Sold. Thank you.
Having made his first purchase,
So what's this then? Junk storage?
Yeah, basically, overflow, yes.
Overflow.
Uncontrolled overflow.
Are these yours?
Yes, sir.
I'd be keen on those.
Would you? I think they're chapel chairs.
They are chapel chairs
Ah.
with a little Bible. Now these, I used to buy thousands of these a year and they've dried up.
Huh?
You can't get them anymore. They're
Oh,
hard
right.
to get hold of.
Well, you could get some today.
Yeah, they've had there's a lot
There's
of
a bit of
damage
work on that one as well.
There's a lot of damage on them. Still, they're nice shape.
Yeah.
Very simplistic. All the stretchers are broken on all of them. Been cut off there, and there.
these early 20th century Chapel House chairs are made from beech. After restoration, they could be worth £60 each.
What would you want for them?
I don't know.
I know what I usually pay for them.
Well, give me...
It'd be £15 a chair.
That
Because,
sounds good.
yeah, because they sound a bit...
That sounds
Do you have a deal on?
Yeah.
I'll take them as many as you've
Yes.
got. The ones with the missing stretchers will have to have all the stretchers remade, put back in, re-glued, patinated to match the other pieces. So it's not a straightforward, easy sale. But I've hardly got any for sale at the moment, so I've got no choice. I've got to buy them.
After a bit more digging, Drew finds a total of 16 chairs.
T, yeah, I made a bit of a mess of this. I got overexcited. We can't get out.
Do we need to ring someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once the boys have found their way past the chairs, they head up to the attic.
Ooh, there's so much stuff in here, Paul.
Yes.
So this is a lifetime of collecting.
So far, yes.
So far, I like that so far.
I'm just getting the hang of it. Yeah.
And it's been in storage rooms. because they're forgotten about. Time passes, fashions change. All of a sudden that worthless thing is highly desirable. That's where we step in. Oh, that I like. This.
What? Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah?
that's lovely.
Will it fit?
I don't think so. It looks really small. I like these.
Do you?
I do. Got a vintage race car.
Ah.
And I want one to sort of have on display in the
Well,
car.
there you are, you see. You've just found it.
This open-face helmet was made by British company Stadium Limited in the 1960s and could have a value of £40.
That's the one that preempted it. There.
Yeah, that's a corker.
That's it. Sterling Moss when he did the Millimelia with Jenks.
Correct. Yes.
For 20 hours or something.
With that.
With one of these, and
Yeah.
it when men were men.
Or stupid.
This helmet, known as the Corker because of the 5mm cork lining, was made by J. Compton, Sons and Webb in London in the 1950s. It could be worth £50.
It's laughable, really, because it's a crash helmet made out of cork. If your head comes off, it'll float. I mean, that's all it's useful. It's utterly useless. The other one is a bit more modern. It's from the 60s. Now, I've got a historic race car, so that's going to look really good just in the pits on the back seat. It's just a period extra that I really love. That's nice. I like this. What would you want for it, Paul?
Not a lot.
Give us a clue.
10 quid.
Oh,
Eh?
30
Yeah,
quid.
Yeah, about
30 quid. Yeah. This one as well.
Good man.
Display only.
It's a corker.
It's a corker. It's a corker.
Before they leave, Drew and T can't resist trying out a few of the more unusual bikes.
Right, let's see how dangerous we can make this. Speed bump. Go.
T attempts the 1869 Bone Shaker.
Right, you're on your own.
Thank you. Oh, I don't want to be on my own. This isn't nice.
Whilst Drew has a slightly smoother ride on the rarest bike in Paul's collection, the 1898 Victor.
It's fantastic.
Can you stop? That's the question.
I'm stopping. But, you know, hey-ho. Bought 2 crash helmets for my old cars to have lying on the back seats, so they're not going to get sold. And we did buy a very, very funky industrial lamp with a brass searchlight on top of it, which we'll fully restore, and that'll sell well. That'll pay for my day messing about with old bikes. All finished?
Yeah, all in.
Cool. Paul, a pleasure.
Thank you
so
very
much.
Enjoyable day.
Great day.
Thank you.
Loved
Great.
it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. That was brilliant fun.
It was.
Well, we didn't stay messed about with old bikes.
Yeah.
No, great day, happy with everything, on our doorstep, and we bought things with potential profit left in them. That's basically all we've got to do. Job done.
After a short trip home, the team assemble to see what new stock Drew's found.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
No, we've just been up to the Cycle Museum in Warrington. You should see the stuff he's got. I didn't buy anything, apart from... That's for the race car, for my race car. Sit on the back seat.
Oh,
And that's for my 52.
the first 2 items I saw from the Cycle Museum were 2 racing helmets, which didn't bode well, because then I assumed the rest was going to be more of his collecting eye rather than his retail head.
But we did buy a few things. As you can see, we've got some chapel
Oh,
chairs.
good, we've got some stock.
We've got some stock, yes.
Oh, good.
Now,
Completely different shape.
a bit more naive than usual.
And then it has got to do to bring those chairs back up to scratch.
But we also got this as well.
Yes.
It is nice. Now, it's been made up, so it's got a base which we've had before. You're going to have to strip it, but I think this is too heavy for that.
Yeah.
And it's bent it.
Carl is given the searchlight to work on and comes up with a bright idea.
The light is ridiculously heavy. It's far too heavy. So we're going to take it off and put it on an old tripod that we've got.
The challenge is to work out how to attach the light to its new base.
I need to take all this thread off here so then I can tap it and make a matching thread.
By rethreading the tripod pin, Carl is able to screw it to the original light fitting. tripod by staining the wood.
When you put stain on wood, you rub it. But if you put it on metal, you just dab it. So it gives it like a bit of patina.
After the light has been rewired, the two parts are assembled together, transforming it from an uninspiring light at the back of a storeroom in the cycling museum into a unique floor lamp with a much sturdier and more elegant stand. The boys are soon back in the van, driving 5 hours to the Scottish capital, Edinburgh.
So we're in sunny Edinburgh again. Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful.
It is, and it's always sunny here.
I don't think it's always sunny here. I think
The city's large number of historical and cultural attractions, not least the impressive castle, have made it the second most popular tourist destination in the UK after London, attracting over 3.5 million visitors a year. But Drew and T aren't here to see the sights. They're visiting Courtyard Antiques. Away from the main tourist area, the shop is hidden down a side street. The vast selection of antiques are spread over 2 floors. Lewis Rosa is the owner.
I've been in this shop for 19 years. We were further down the road for 10 years, so 29 years in this street. We do all types of antiques. Militaria, toys, furniture, curios. I like everything. I've always liked older things. When I was a child, I liked swords and older toys. Well, I'm quite looking forward to it. He works a lot harder at this job than I do. It should be fine unless he chooses something I really like, and then there'll be a problem, because I might not want to sell it at all, but I'll do my best. It's come a long way.
Hello.
Hi,
Drew.
Lewis Rosa. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
You're right. Oh, right, we finally found you.
Yes.
You're tucked away down here. Ah. Blimey.
Thank you.
Wow. God, that knocks you for 6, doesn't it? That's brilliant. That's really good. Love it. Is that a mail bag?
That's a mail bag from a flying boat. It came from San Francisco. When
Really?
they used to take the launch, whenever he used it in an airport, they immediately strip searched him.
Is that where he bought it?
Probably.
Not for sale. No, don't blame you. It's just one of those cute
I'll
items,
never get
isn't it?
another one.
No. What I'm seeing as I first walk in are lots of models of planes and helicopters and cars. It's like sort of imagine like a boy's own annual in a shop, you know? It's got that mix. It's sort of really exciting. But there are some gems in here, and I'm really hoping I can buy well. Well, this is definitely not your normal antique shop. I really like it. Where did that come from? Is that an American one?
Yeah.
Look at that finish on the interior, it's lovely. I'm walking around the shop for the first time, and there's a lot of Americana here, and are recognizably stylish. The Americans made, in this period, 20s to 30s, really fantastic lighting of superb quality. What I like about that lamp is you could put it anywhere. I say that a lot, but you could put that in anybody's house, and it would look good. That's good design.
This desk lamp, once rewired, could be worth £250.
Have you gotten that? 95. You can do anything on it?
Of course.
You don't have to.
Good of you.
Be good of you.
You just give me the 95. 70?
Yeah, lovely, thank you. Yeah, that's fab. What I like to do, and it's good with dealers, especially really good dealers like this guy, is, you know, they give you a price that they're not messing around. That's the price. Don't mess about with me. Let's just... One, isn't it? It's lovely.
Not as good as that one.
Oh, wow. Blimey. Look at that. Lewis really loves his antiques in the way I do. Very, very similar. And he hides things. They're all in here. You can see it. There's a fantastic full-prop propeller behind there. Can't get to it because it's probably not for sale. I've learnt now I need to look down the behind things where he's hidden. Looking around the shop, and you've got to look a lot. You've got to look once, twice, 6 times to really see everything that's going on here. And it's just layered. It's not a massive building, but they've got a hell of a lot of stuff in here. See those 2 tea... Are those tea tins?
Yes.
On there. Could I have a look? Pass us one of them tea? Yeah, they're cute, aren't they?
I got called to a house and I walked into the one and every single one of them was full of treasures like this, and they were throwing them all away.
Aren't they lovely?
Made by British company Victory V in the mid-19th century, the tins originally held licorice-flavoured lozenges. They had some rather questionable ingredients, including chloroform and ether. The lozenges are still available today, but thankfully the recipe has changed. This pair could have a combined value of £250.
Are they for sale? There's no price on them.
T20?
Not enough left in it.
What were you thinking?
No, I don't like bidding people. I'd rather you let you
It's
make
called negotiation.
it. Well, I know, but I don't like to mess about with it, you know. No.
We're miles away.
Yeah.
Is it an antique shop in Edinburgh?
Wow. God, that knocks you for six, doesn't it? That's brilliant.
He's keen to buy a pair of lozenge tins,
Yeah, they're cute, aren't they?
but Lewis proves to be a tough negotiator.
We're miles away.
Yeah.
You want me to do all the work for you?
Yeah.
What about 180?
Keep going. 150? Too cheap?
170.
170. What do you think? They're very beautiful, aren't they? They're too nice, I have to own them. Yeah, no, lovely, thank you. Yeah, aren't they lovely? And they were going to throw these away. The wear on the tins is just... Oh, they're just lovely. I could eat them. The japanning to the surface and then it's got some... I like them. Who knows? I'm not going to question it. It's just something I have to have. Oh, it just goes on. Oh, God. Coming upstairs and the visual assault continues. There is stuff hanging off the rafters. There's stuff everywhere. Looks brilliant. Look at this tea.
Yeah.
Nice big lamp.
Hospital light.
The first thing I see, and you can't miss it, it's right in the middle of the shop, up high, is a superb-looking desk lamp. But it's massive. It's like a sort of desk lamp on steroids.
Originally a medical heat lamp, it was made by the Lumsden Lamp Company in Perth, Scotland, in the late 1950s. It used infrared light to warm muscles to relieve aches and pains. Once rewired as a desk lamp, it could have a value of £300.
Now you're talking. What have you got on that?
The person I got that from left that here for me to sell it for him, but it's not going to be crazy. I'll look at his list.
Definitely be interested in that, that's for sure. The lamp isn't Lewis's, it's a mate of his, and he just needs to find out a price. And fingers crossed, we'll get it. It's a good one, you know, it's really different, and that's what I need all the time. I need different, interesting, stylish, cool things constantly in like a conveyor belt. And that's hard to do.
Whilst waiting for a price on the lamp, something else catches Drew's eye.
Is that new, is it?
No, Dante.
Ah.
But I think it's early 1900s.
Dante was an Italian poet of the Middle Years' his death. This plaster mask could have a value of £100.
30.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll have that. 30 quid. It's a plaster mask of Dante. Now, I know very little about Dante, but I bought a lot of things that have got his face on. Charming and cool, great colour, super patina, good expression, and not a lot of money. Bang on.
I found it great fun. I've enjoyed every second of it, and I hope he comes back, has another look. He's very focused on exactly what he needs to buy. The hint of ginger.
Standout items for the day were the beautiful little tea tins, and we turn out they're lozenge tins, in fact. Nice, simple, decorative antiques that aren't going to cost somebody a fortune. Ah!
This is one heavy lamp.
I presume I can buy it now. What's it going to cost me?
110.
110. Worth it for scrap value alone, I think. No. Yeah, that's a belter. Thank you. We'll have that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In the van.
Yeah, look at that. That is a whopper. You're going to get one? Get a big one. Yeah. A fantastic day in the antiques business. I've come to a shop I've never been to before, seen a whole new take again on antiques. I met Lewis, who I really like. Very dry sense of humour. Right, see you again soon. See you later.
See you. Bye-bye.
He was funny, wasn't he, the way he had stuff tucked away in the back?
He didn't want to sell you his best
I know, he was like, oh, wait, there's some really good ones, but they're down there behind that. Thing is, if I've got something I don't want to sell, I don't even put it in the shop, because if it's in the shop, I will sell it.
You've had some offers for Enzo.
Oh, no, he's not for sale, it's priceless.
The next day, they're back in Wales, and Drew's reunited with his furry friend.
Hello, hello.
Oh, do you want to say hello to him?
Don't you always accuse me of saying more attention to the dog than you?
Art Deco lamp.
Super fine wire wool, just to get any surface dirt off. Give a bit of a shine to it.
He then rewires the old medical lamp to meet modern safety standards. And gets the boss's approval.
Perfect.
The chapel chairs from the Cycle Museum are sent to Alex, the French polisher.
For some reason in the past, somebody's cut up all the stretchers. So we've got the front stretcher missing here, and then we've got a smaller stretcher missing across the middle here.
After marking a pine dowel to length, he cuts and shapes the wood.
So what we're using is a dowel that you basically buy from the hardware store, but it doesn't have any knots in, so it matches the beach of the chapel chairs.
Next, he drills holes in the chair, ready to attach the new stretchers.
The reason we're having to drill is the stretchers aren't missing. They haven't been taken out and removed. They've just been cut off. So what we're drilling out is what's left of the original stretchers. So now we've got them out, we can fit the replacements.
Replacing the stretchers will add rigidity to the chair.
So that'll last for another good 100 years now. All we need to do is sand them off, get them stained and polished.
Alex mixes a stain that will make the new wood blend in with the rest of the chair.
So now we've got the colour matched, we're putting a finish on to seal it, which is French polish, traditional finish. Although it might look a little bit too fresh, so we'll then dull it down with a little bit of traditional beeswax. Perfect.
Drew and T are heading south from their base in Conwy, driving 4 hours to Bristol. Drew's been invited to make a house call to a 13th century country manor to look at a collection of antique toys.
So, T, we're down the West Country, Somerset.
Lovely.
I think everybody describes it as Somerset. Somerset. And they had a particular style down here. And they have like really nice cone-back armchairs and really nice settles and painted furniture. And their 18th century stuff's very, very good as well. And a lot of it has tended to stay in pretty good condition because it's slightly drier than Wales. Saying that, so's the sea. So it's, you know, it's always worth a call.
Of almost 500,000. Its prosperity largely due to its links with the sea. During the 15th and 16th century, it was the base for voyages to the New World. By the 18th century, Bristol was Britain's second busiest port. Gatcombe Court is 6 miles from Bristol city centre in the Somerset countryside. This ancient manor house is over 750 years old. The house has been in the Clark family for 3 generations and is currently lived in by Stella and her daughter Bridget.
We're starting on a Roman site here. The Romans left in about 400 and the Normans came in the 12th century and built a Norman hall using the stone from the Romans. And there's been additions to...
There are all sorts of things here. I mean, you don't have a family house that's been several generations without accumulating all sorts of things. So, but what one person likes, another person doesn't.
My mother is a hoarder. I don't think that she'll like to get...
No, I don't know. I mean, there are some things I'll be quite glad to see the back of. So.
And we're done. Hello there. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to
Hello,
meet you.
nice
How you
to see
doing?
you. Good.
Hello, Drew.
How you doing, T?
Hello, T.
So, which one's Stella and which one's Bridget?
I'm Stella.
You're Stella. Bridget. Well, thank you very much for having us. This has got an interesting history, this house, so I'd love to see a bit more.
Yes?
Yeah?
Follow us.
this house has evolved over hundreds of years. You can see clearly on...
You can see the Normans absolutely straight.
Yeah.
Medieval, nothing straight. Recycled door.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the jaunty angle of that window as well.
It's good, isn't
That's
it?
nice. Fab. Well, let's see some more, please.
Right.
Love to.
On we go, come in. This is the drawing room.
Lovely.
Jacobean
Yeah.
proportions, so
Yeah.
you've got light and air and things like that. You might just be interested in this box full. Now, Mum and I have a disagreement about this.
Okay.
Because I say this is the North Pole, and Mum says, and it's therefore Shackleton, and Mum says it's the South
Captain
Pole
Scott.
and Scott. So here we have the North Pole, one polar bear, and here we have a South Pole penguin. Then we have the Pioneers.
Hopefully, all of us have had. So what tends to happen when people get older, they remember that good time and they want it back. So they start collecting. That's all it is. Now, the real serious collectors want everything and they want it perfect. People will pay more or less anything to complete a collection. They really will.
These lead figures were made by German company Heider in the late 19th century. Established by George Heider in 1870, production stopped when their factory in Dresden was destroyed during World War II. They're now highly desirable, and rare sets can sell for thousands.
I love this. Got a good feeling about it. It feels really good. It feels sort of
Authentic.
Oh, no, it's not that. I just think it's worth a few quid. I'm trying to think of something comparable, like an ark or some toys or... But no.
Okay, well, we'll come back to us then.
Stumped.
Antiques expert Drew Pritchard is being shown round Gatcombe Court, a 13th century country house in Somerset.
Drew,
Hello.
nice to meet
Hello,
you.
nice
How you
to see
doing?
you. Good.
He's interested in a set of lead polar explorers, but unusually for Drew, he's found it hard to put a figure on them.
I'm trying to value it, so say something like, no, stumped.
It's not often you stumped either, is it?
Really
I was
charming.
going to say that must be a rarity.
Yeah.
Love it, though. Well, I think what I need to do is ponder on that one, really. Need to think about it.
Thought.
While Drew
This is the Norman bit we're in now, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, my word, look at that.
We wondered if you'd notice.
Is that Morrison coat?
It is.
That's a real
The
Morrison coat.
entire house was in this pattern.
Oh, God, all the hair on the back of my neck just went up there when I saw that. Oh, my word.
And it's the original, and it's still here.
God. William Morris is a very particular hero of mine. He is the godfather of the arts and crafts movement, and I think a design genius. I remember my first day in work ever, and I walked into my new boss's office, my first and only job, and scrawled on the ceiling was, "Have nothing in your houses that you do not find to be useful or believe to be beautiful. William Morris." Everything changed from there. Oh, it's really weird. All my legs went. My legs went. My legs went. That's wonderful.
Drew's shown another box of toy figurines that could potentially add to the polar expedition set.
Ah, the penguin with legs.
Plastic.
Ah.
Slightly different.
When we go into the box, there's loads of toy soldiers, but there's no more of the expedition force at all. Nothing at all. So, unfortunately, that's the end. We've got as much as we can. I've got to decide whether I want to buy them or not.
To a specialist buyer, lead figures like this 30-piece set could reach a value of around £800. Although this isn't Drew's area of expertise, will he trust his gut instinct and make an offer?
I think we'd pay for it £250 for those. So that I'll split with you.
Okay.
Good? Deal?
That's okay.
Thank you so much.
It's a deal.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I've loved going through your toys. Yeah, it's great. It's great. What I've decided to do is if they turn out to be worth lots and lots of money, I'll split the profit. I do it very, very rarely, but they're such nice people, I can't not. This as well, this little car.
Yes.
That's one of the original racing motors, isn't it?
It is, yes, from the MG company. The condition is really bad. One of the wheels is completely buckled, all the others are split, it's missing 2 hubcaps and the driver and all the paint scratched. It's a bit of a mess, but it's still a beautiful little object. I like old cars, and if I can pay 50 quid for it, I'll buy it, otherwise I'll just leave it here.
This MG model racing car was made by well-known toy manufacturer Triumph. Built to a 1:42 scale, they were designed to be as true to life as possible. Restored, it could have a value of £100.
I want it for myself. So I collect old cars.
Well, you know.
You know, so...
Think about it.
Yeah.
My mother's much easier to deal with than me, so...
Not necessarily.
50.
Right, yeah, I think so. Yes? So that's 300 altogether.
300 altogether.
I can add up.
Very
Right,
good.
still.
Very good.
Just.
I enjoyed Drew's enthusiasm for everything that he looked at.
I think the reason I bought the little expedition thing was because I'd not seen one before, and it gives me an opportunity to learn about something. In my job, I may come across a box full, and I need to know the value when it comes down to that. Knowledge is power in my job. Right, done. All in. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. It's been very nice to have
Thank
you.
you so much today.
Bye, Dee.
Great. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you
Drew.
so much.
Thank you, Shannon.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Super.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a safe journey.
We've been to a beautiful area, seen a remarkable house, met some lovely people, and made about 50 quid, which I then spent on a tin toy for myself. So do you know the only way to repair today?
Is to not pay me again?
Cider.
Hey! Because I am just to get back good.
Having only purchased 2 items from Gatcombe Court, Drew's got to break the news to Rebecca. He intends to keep one of them for himself.
Oh. Hi, you okay?
I am you.
Yes, good. Lovely day. Didn't buy anything.
Nothing.
Well, we did, but 2 things, and that one's for me. Little MG midget racer.
Yeah.
In good condition, these fetch very good money, this model. Obviously, you can see I've managed to find the worst one in Britain.
Did it work?
No.
You can sort of read Drew like a book. If you see a toy car, you know it's going back to Pritchard Towers. And when he sort of paid a bit too much, he mumbles the price.
So I can't remember what I paid for it. It's not important. Now, these are nice. And it's a game, or a toy, you know. That great, that's one of my favourites, that one there. Look at that one. Brilliant.
So he's come back with a little collection of figures. Cute. Not going to set the world on fire.
The new stock has proved popular. The lozenge tins, bronze lamp and tripod light have all sold to private collectors, whilst the chapel chairs have sold to owners of a bed and breakfast. Drew took a punt when buying the Polar Explorer set, but following his instinct has paid off. He more than tripled his money when he sold the collection for £815. And the figures are soon off on their next expedition to Newbury, to specialists.
Always on the lookout for hider items. A lot of people assume that the value is in the lead figures because they know they're 100 years old, but the point about toys that are 100 years old is that quite often the more delicate pieces get broken. So when you find a delicate item like a papier-mâché iceberg, which is in excellent condition, as good as it was when it was new, then that obviously adds to the value.
Adrian plans to sell the set at a major toy fair in America.
There are a number of major collectors of Haida around the world. A number of them will be in Chicago. I hope that I will sell it for between $3,000 and $4,000.
I like to buy things that I know nothing about because you instantly learn. The only way to learn about anything is to buy it. So I was well out of my comfort zone. Bought something half the profit to the ladies. But the best thing is, the next time I see some, I know exactly what they're worth.